Hi everyone and welcome. We are live at In-Game UK, the Retro Gaming Bunker, and we are here for another playtest broadcast. And we're going to be playing Nusubito with the designer Austin. He's going to be showing us in Tabletopia. Quick acknowledgement, this is a patron-funded channel, so thank you all for supplying us with a few coppers in your pocket to allow us to do it. And it's we're having great fun. So you don't need to hear me rambling on all night, so let's jump over and meet everyone else who's going to be playing this game tonight and hear a little bit about it. So here we go. Oh. Hey guys!
Hello.
Hello.
You are all live on stream and we have audio. I have unmuted you.
Fantastic. Wonderful.
I know, I'm on the board tonight. How are you all doing? So, who do we have here this evening? Over to you. Yes.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to start. My name is Austin Durose. I'm actually an animator, and this is the first game that I've designed. And yeah, it's a hidden movement game, asymmetrical, with a bit of a kind of Japanese style aesthetic. So
Okay.
yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. I absolutely love the artwork, the box art, and you can tell you're an animator or illustrator. You've got that artistic vibe. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the artwork when you get down that sort of road. You do also,
as well as it looks.
Yeah, cool. You do also have an Instagram channel, don't you?
Yes,
So
I do.
feel free to plug that right now.
Effectively, I go under the name Fingrim Studios Limited.
Okay.
So that's like kind of part of my animation stuff, and also kind of bringing in to it any games that I'm designing. Fingrim Studios, FINNGRIN, and that's on Instagram and Twitter.
That's cool. Okay, we'll share a link below the video once we get off air as well. And who else well, lovely to meet you as well, by the way. Yeah, that's all right. And who else who are you lot? Starting with you.
Hello.
Hello. Hey Chris, how you doing?
All right.
Good to see you again, virtually.
I'm the co-organizer of this live stream, and in the before times, I was the organizer of the playtest meetup, which met up on a Monday night, alongside the Monday night game here in Perth at the Marina Bar.
Well, hopefully before times will be coming back, at least for the summer. So fleeting moment, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Reese, hello. We haven't seen you in a while.
Hello. Yes. Sorry, I have a baby now, but I'm back.
You're back. You have a baby now. The baby isn't here with you, but
all grown up. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Remind people who you are.
Yeah, I am Reese, part of the Plymouth Playtest group here, and then also a board game designer and illustrator when I can. Yes, and excited to be back trying out some games.
Cool. It's exciting, and you are busy working on projects. You're not just a new father. You are working on other stuff at the moment, aren't you? So it's pretty exciting times.
Always working on stuff.
Always working on stuff. That's always good. And talking of always working, over to Nick, because we know you're always kept busy. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm always busy. Hello, guys. I'm good, thanks. I'm Nick. I'm a game designer and developer. And I, in the before times, I helped organise the Plymouth Board Game Meetup group, and I'm also a member of the Playtest group.
Fantastic. Right. Lovely to see you all again. Should we play some games?
See you. Yeah.
Cool. And I hope everyone is enjoying the music at home. I've been listening to it for an hour, and I'm going to make...
Good.
It's so good. I'm going to make you all listen to it as well. Right, here we go. So, bear with me 1 second. Hang on. Should turn me off first. There we go. You're all in place. I'm going to put the music up a little bit. If it's too loud for you, do let me know. Okay.
That's fine.
That's fine? Austin, over to you. We are live in Tabletopia now. Everyone can see the game. Everyone can see you guys on screen as well. Over to you.
Excellent, cool. Okay, so first off, this is a two-player game. I think there's 3 of us in this screen at the moment, so we're going to have to figure out, fight for who gets to play first. But effectively, this is Nusubito. It's a 2-player hidden movement game with aspects of abstract strategy, in which one player will take on the role of the thief. And the thief is going to be jumping from temple to temple in the search of a hidden treasure. Oh, hello.
Hello.
The other player is going to take on the role of the mists. These are the ghost-like guards of the temple complex, and their sole aim is to find any intruder and capture them. The game takes place over a series of day and night cycles. So we have 3 day rounds, and they are followed by 1 night round, and we continue that on and on until one of the game end conditions are met. So there's 3 ways that the game can end. One is that the thief finds the hidden treasure. The second is that the mist captures the thief. And the third is that the thief actually can no longer take any valid movements, and I'll go through those a little bit later.
Thematically, I've created a little bit of mist here for you. You know, you can see that in the background. Carry on. You're doing a great job.
Totally thrown there, sir. What's going on?
Keep you on your toes. That's what it's all about.
Yes, that's what I do. So I want to draw your attention to these cards right here, just as we want to talk about the setup.
Okay.
Hello. These are what I call rods. Okay, they relate to the temples that are on the columns or the rows. With each axis, you have 1 green rod and 2 red rods. Okay, and we're going to shuffle these around. The hidden treasure is found where the 2 green rods meet. So in this case, we've got it on the E column and the 5 row. So in order for the thief to win, they need to make their way to the place where they believe the 2 green rods are, and then say, "Hey guys, hold up, stop the game. I have won. Here we go," and kind of reveal themselves and reveal the 2 green rods. So what I'm going to do is I will be shuffling these before we jump into actually playing, but for now I'm just going to hide them because during the demo I'm going to be kind of going through it. The starting position for the mists are you can start them however you wish really, but this is a standard 0, 1, 2 because of the levels of the different types of mist, and that's always going to be kind of reflected on the other side of the board. Just to give nice symmetry. I don't know why, I just like it. So then all that we have to do is figure out who's going to take on the role of the thief and who's going to take on the role of the mist. So with you guys playing, let's see who wants to take on which role.
Okay, so in terms of players, we already nominated Chris and Reese. So would you 2 like to duke it out? Would you like to be the thief or the mist? Reese, let's ask you. Dealer's choice for you.
Okay, I will be the thief.
Cool.
Okay.
Excellent. So, Reese, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this guy down here. This is effectively the stuff that you're going to be kind of looking at and working with. And then Chris, obviously you're going to be the mist, so you're going to be looking at these sort of things here. Cool. I'm going to go through what these characters will be doing. Now, this is a hidden movement game, so for the thief, instead of instead of moving around the actual player marker, you're going to be using these coins. Okay, these coins relate to each one of the temples. You're going to be starting out in C3, and you're going to be moving around. So on each day turn, you must move to a new temple. Okay. As you have a limited number of coins, you cannot move to a temple if you've already played that coin. So there's going to be kind of a restriction in the choices that you have. So you've got to think quite strategically and far ahead, I think. Here's what you do. So on your turn, you get to move 2 spaces, okay? So that would be like 1, 2. So say if you were to do that movement from C3 over to E3 and then E1, you're going to take E1. This is all going to be in your hand, by the way. You're going to flip it in your hand, and then you're going to place it down on the table in front of you. That's your movement, okay? You can also choose to move 3 movements. So say if I'm starting at E1, I might go 1, 2, 3 down to A3. In order to do that, I'm going to have to sacrifice another one of my coins. So let's say I want to sacrifice A1. I'm going to flip that, put that down, and then flip the one that I'm actually kind of the actual location, and place that down on top. The final thing that you can do is move 1 single movement, okay? So that comes, let's say I'm going down from A3 to A5. I'm going to flip that and do that. And the reason why you might want to move once is so that you can actually gather resources. You will be starting out with 2 darts, and I'll get onto those in a moment. But when you move once, you can choose to pick up another dart. You get to choose, you could potentially also, well not also, but instead of, pick up one of your previously played coins. So not the one that you're playing this turn, but anything that's beforehand. And to do that, I tend to say to my opponent, please look away from the screen at the moment. Check. Yeah, okay, E1, that's the one that I want, and I'll put that back into my hand. The other thing that you can do is you can choose to look at one of the rods along the row or column that you're on. So once again, ask your opponent to turn around, have a look. That's a red one, okay? Not the one that I'm after, but it gives me some information. The final thing that you can do is choose to hide, and basically move once and do nothing. That's going to put the opponent off your scent a little bit. There may be times when a temple is bolstered, okay? Has this little bolster component on top of it. If that is the case, then it's going to take both of your movement to move onto that, and both of your movement to move off it, okay? So that's going to really kind of slow you down. Now, if you choose to sacrifice a coin, say if you're here, you might say 1 and then 2, 3, or 1, 2, and then move another one third. So that's that. So that's going to slow you down a little bit. The other thing that's going to slow you down are these mist characters. They're going to be moving around the board, trying to catch you out a little bit. So let me just set this up for a moment. We'll do, let's say this. You can't move across a space with one of the mist characters in without paying a dart, okay, or without attacking them, let's say. So if I wanted to move from C3 up to C1, then I can do that easily. There's no mist there. But if I wanted to go from C3 to E3, then I'll move along and I would just flip this guy over. Okay, I'd place down E3, so boop, and I will turn this guy over. A downed mist basically can't do anything and pose no threat to you. Now, the small guys, the healers, which is their official name, they you can attack them for free. Whereas this guy, who is the mid tier, he is a builder. He's going to cost 1 of your darts to attack. As I say, just knock him down as you're moving over him. This big guy, he's going to take 2 of your darts to attack. So they're quite a nice kind of resource to have, especially considering that they're going to be blitzing the courtyard. There might be times when one of these big guys are actually on temples. So the same rules apply. If you're going to move to, through, or from one of the temples with this guy, then you're going to have to spend 2 darts to attack him. When you attack him on a temple, you can knock him over, and if there's an available space, knock him down. You're effectively pushing him off, really. If there's no available space adjacently, then leave him on the temple. Additionally, because these are quite powerful and they will be kind of trying to attack you, you can, if you're moving along the row or column, you can spend your 2 darts to attack from a distance, knocking him down and leaving him on the temple.
Okay.
Finally, when you've figured out where all of the green the green rods are, so let's say we're here, I've made my way to this space, and I'm going to say, hey guys, stop the game, reveal myself. So E5, that's the last coin that I've placed down. Reveal. Hey, they're both green. I've won. Wonderful. If even one of them is red, then the mists have won and you have lost. So that's what you can do on your day turn. Effectively, move 2 spaces, move 3 spaces by sacrificing, or move 1 space and gain a resource, and attacking along the way. Now, let me just put these guys back.
Can I just double check if I move 3 and sacrifice 1?
Yep.
One of the coins is where I end up, and the other coin is any coin or one of the ones I've moved through.
Any coin that you wish. So it could be one. Let's say if there's a bolstered, like kind of E3 is bolstered, and you know that that's going to be difficult to move to and from, then you might say, you know what, I don't necessarily need that coin. I'm gonna, not for now anyway, because I can always pick it up later.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. So the mists play in a very, very different way. Obviously, they're going to be seen on board. They are not a hidden movement element. You have 3 actions, Chris, speaking to you exactly directly here. You have 3 actions per day turn. Okay, you can use these on any mist that you have on the board, but only once. Okay, so you can't move this guy twice. You know? And each mist has a different style of movement and abilities. So I'm going to start off with this little guy. The little guy can't move on his own accord, but he can move through adjacent mist. Okay, so that's the only way that this guy can move along. If a mist is downed, then he can sacrifice himself, basically removing him from the game back into the pool, to heal that guy. So pick him back up. So he can move through and he can heal. The middle-sized guy, the builder, he can move diagonally 1 space, and he can sacrifice himself to bolster. And as we only have 2 bolster components, if say this guy wants to bolster C1, he'll sacrifice himself and he'll have to use one that's currently on the board, shift that around. This big guy, he is the Seeker, and when he moves, let me just do this. As he moves, he can move in 1 space orthogonally, and when he does, he spawns a healer behind him. His special ability is to move up onto the temples, once again, spawning behind him. And when he's up on the temple, he is now able to move to any temple that is accessible through a stream of mist. So for example, for 1 action, he might move across here into that position, or let's say if this was the case, he's able to move all the way through, all the way up to this one. The only thing that cannot happen is you cannot have an occupied temple, so this guy onto a bolstered temple, in the same way that you can't bolster on top of him.
Okay.
Because that happens. So yeah, so that's the kind of the holdback for those guys. If you end up with 3, let's say 3 of these healers together, neighboring or like adjacent to each other, then you're able to spend an action to remove them from the board and upgrade them with one of the builders in any of the previously occupied spaces. And it's the same with the builders. If you've got 3 of those together in a diagonally neighboring, you can remove those and replace them with a builder. Okay, so you're going to constantly be kind of upgrading your characters as well as moving them around. Finally, if you think that you know where where the thief is, let's say for example we think that the thief is on C1, and I can spend one of my actions to move there. I can spend another action to say, hey guys, I know I've caught the thief. Right now, I know that I've done that. At that point, the game ends, the thief reveals where they are, and if they were indeed correct, then the mists have won. If not, then the thief has won. So that's what you're going to be doing. Once again, it's quite a lot of stuff to take on, so I hope that you guys are kind of sticking with me with this. I apologise. You're going to be doing that. You're going to have 3 turns per day. Then during the night, you're not allowed to move for that 1 turn. The thief basically has 3 action points. Those action points he will use to, again, pick up darts, pick up the coins, look at the rods. He can also destroy or unbolster any bolstered temple. And there was something else, I think. No, there wasn't. That was it. As I say, he's got 3 action points during the evening or during the night phase. If he uses one of those action points, then nothing happens. But if he uses 2, he's going to have to reveal his row or column. So say here. If he uses all 3 of those actions, then he's going to have to reveal exactly where he is on the board. For the mist, they have 2 actions per night phase. One is to add one of these guys, or it costs 1 action to add one of these guys. It costs 1 action to upgrade one of those guys to one of these guys. So one of the healers to a builder, and it costs both of your night actions to upgrade a builder to a seeker. Whew.
I think you've done a fantastic job. I think you've done really well.
That's really well, yeah.
There's one last thing.
Go on.
I always forget this, and I apologise for it. But if at the end of your night turn you have any downed characters, they automatically heal, ready to fight again on the next morning. So there you go.
Cool.
And breathe.
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it does sound fascinating. In the manner of talking, there seems to be a lot, but I don't think there actually is. Once you know the game, I think it'll be quite fluid. So, Reese,
what I'm going to do,
Chris,
I'm going to restart this, if you don't mind. It should just kind of flip everything back. So, let me just do this. Let me just check. Is everyone still back in here?
Everyone can still see the screen. Just a little point for anyone who is watching at home. Chat is enabled, so if you've got any questions or want to give advice to players, you can comment below the video, and we'll try our best to, or I will definitely acknowledge you on the stream. So, good luck, guys.
Yeah, so just to say what I've done, I've just shuffled those rods, put them into place. We don't know which ones are red, which ones are green. Reese, I believe that you're playing the thief.
Yeah.
So if you want to just grab hold of this entire pile of coins and drag them into your hand, which if you've never used Tabletopia before, basically drag down until you see your coloured coloured thing.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. So people at home are not going to know where he is.
Exactly.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
This is I mean, how do you?
They can give advice to Chris.
Yeah.
How do you grab the whole stack?
So if you click it once, and then it's all highlighted, and then you'll be able to click and drag down.
Perfect.
Cool.
And this guy as well.
Yeah. He's just hidden from you. Oh gosh. Is he alright?
Stuck.
Yeah. Let's try that one. Just reading that.
Sorry.
This is completely hidden movement now.
I'm trying to get to it, but it just highlights my hand. If you put it higher up on the thing, maybe. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Got it?
I'm really zoomed out over on my screen. So. Cool. So just as a bit of a heads up as well, you can click F to flip when something's in your hand, so that when you put it down, you're putting it down on the table, face down straight away. So if you just want to try that and see how that works.
Yeah. So if I pick this up. Oh.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Cool. Cool. So if you can pick that back up.
I want to. There we go.
Yeah. If at any point if it's easier for you to lay them out flat up at the top above the board, then that's easier. Then that would work. I have placed you in C3, which is just a reminder that that's where you're starting. But removing that, I'm also going to place two darts here, so that you can use them there in your inventory. If that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Enjoy the game, guys.
Cool.
All right. So now, Chris, it's time for me to win.
I'm writing notes here as well, Reese, by the way, so, you know, I'll try and give some tips. I can't do silence. If anyone's got any tips or comments,
So I'm on C3 at the moment.
you are on C3, yeah.
You start on C3, and
I'm
then
on
as I
C3
say,
at the moment.
you've either 2 movements, 1 movement and do an action, or 3 movements, and it's going to cost you 2 coins.
And I'm just moving between temples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not on the space between.
If you're jumping over the missed pieces, you have to pay extra.
Yeah, you've got to pay the darts to attack them.
Yeah. Okay. And it's only moving 3 times that requires the thing. Okay, so. Okay. I'm going to do that. And collect a dart.
Yep, nice. Sounds good. Cool. So then, Chris, it moves over to your go.
Which is so stressful already. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
So because he's not discarded one of his things, that means
He
one or none. Correct?
so he has placed down a coin. It's over here. So he has moved, which is good because he has moved. But because he's picked up a dart, you know that
He's only moved
actually
once,
moved one
yeah.
space.
So at the
He can't have
moment,
attacked either of the mists.
yeah, he's either on A3 or E3 at the moment. We don't know.
50-50 chance.
50-50.
Just move on to them and just claim it straight away.
It can be a very, very quick game.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I just choose one to move.
Yeah, so you've got 3 actions with which to do anything with those flyers. They, as I say, they move in different ways. It does take a while to kind of get your head around, and you can only use the uprightness if anyone are downed at any point. Then, yeah, they're basically just blocking the space.
Let's see. I'm going to move this one here, and then he spawns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So that's what?
On my movement.
Mhm.
Okay, it's move and then pick up something or then look. If I look at a rod, how do I look for that look at that in secret, or do I just flip it?
So realistically, your opponent's allowed to know which rod you're looking at, because if this was on the table in front of you, you'd be able to kind of reach over and pick it up and then look at it secretly. But because it's too much of a pain to grab hold of an item, put it into your hand, and then place it back down, I would suggest saying to Chris, politely, please just turn away from your screen for a moment. Avert your eyes, kind sir, and I will check out this rod. Then, yeah, just flip it and see how that goes.
Okay.
If you want to keep track on which ones you have looked at, then you can right-click on it and then rotate 90 degrees. That's fine. That's kind of open knowledge.
Chris has got 2 more actions at the moment, hasn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, do I?
Yeah, no, yeah. He's got 2 more.
Up to 3. You don't have to use all 3 if you don't want to.
It is true.
But that would be a wasteful
It
waste.
would, yeah, especially so early on, ain't it?
Yeah, indeed.
I do find that for my first turn as the miss, I tend to like to keep everything symmetrical, because at this point I don't really know where my opponent is. So as you move that Seeker to A4, I'd probably move this Seeker to E2 and do the same, and then something else just to kind of liven it up.
Yeah, that's it. That's so moving.
It's a terrible idea, Chris.
That's one there.
He's on E3.
So that here, so I can move through, so I can move him all the way to here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, do it. Block him.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so that's your 3. So Reese.
Yes, I know we discussed this beforehand, but the origin of the name of the game. How is that?
Yeah, so Nusubito, it's my understanding that it means thief, which is kind of quite apt for this game. The original game meant hidden, but the way that the Japanese language worked, it didn't mean hidden in the same way that we kind of understood it. So this name was suggested to me, and I thought, actually, that's quite fun.
Yeah, it's nice.
Cool.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Hard to pronounce, but good.
It seems phonetic enough, I think.
It does,
Yeah.
it does, yeah.
So it seems like Reese has moved 3 times.
Yes, it's started an extra time.
In all the playtesting that you've done, what's the sort of breakdown ratio of mist winning to thief winning?
Currently, I mean that's been a real challenge to balance, and this is kind of like another slight iteration to make it a little bit easier for the thief to win, because it seemed a little bit too easy for the miss to win before.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see whether the thief wins this turn, and whether tonight he wins both turns, both times.
Okay.
And see whether the balancing that I put into place
Yep.
needs more adjustment.
All right.
I just have a quick question, if that's okay. When I'm moving, am I unable to move onto one I've been on that turn?
So you can only move onto a temple if you have the coin in your hand. So
As long as it's in my hand,
as long
I'm
as you
okay.
have that, yeah. So
Interesting. So you could double back. You end up
on the first move, you can double back. If you choose to move twice and pick up a coin, you can only pick up the coin previously played, or kind of that you have previously played. You wouldn't be able to, let's say if I'm on C1 and I want to move to E1, but I have already used that card, I can't pick it up and be like, hey, I've got this, I'm going to put it back down. Yeah.
Okay.
In the same way that you can't put down E1 and then pick it straight away back up.
I've got a question as well. If you can you bluff? So can you say that you're moving 3 spaces and then only move 2?
You can say that you move 3 spaces and only move once.
Okay.
You still have to spend the coins.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
So
But you can totally
limits your choice, but yeah.
I think that will help you, Reese. Nudge, nudge.
Chris is trying to block him in, I think.
There.
Yeah.
First action. Second action, combine those three together to make a builder.
That's good.
Yeah, nice.
So the builder can go anywhere?
The
In those
builder
three
has
spaces?
to go in one of those 3 spaces because he can only move. Oh, sorry, that's the seeker. That's
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, cheating.
Yeah.
Because he can only move diagonally, I'd probably suggest to put him in the middlemost.
Ah, because they can't go in. Can they?
They can't go in
They can't
temples.
go into,
No.
Into
No,
temples. Is that correct?
no, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, so is that 2 goes?
Yeah, that's 2, and then. Then I'm gonna sacrifice this one to bolster
Nice,
that.
excellent.
Okay.
Cool. So this will be the final round of the day. So, yeah, Reese, go for it.
A little bit of dramatic music there for the feast turn.
It's for his amazing.
There he is.
temple.
Yeah, walking along the
I
rooftops.
can see him just about. It's the shadow.
Nice.
Reese, you look so stressed.
I have a question, but asking the question will give information.
I'll
to
take off
Chris.
my headphones.
Okay, so you can do a secret conversation on Zoom if you want to.
One can like
Well,
wait.
Ooh.
Done.
Yeah, so Chris is...
Okay. But he's also watching
This
on
is
Facebook,
self-muted.
probably.
Go for it. What's the
So-
question?
my question is, so it costs extra to move through bolstered temples.
Yeah.
Can that extra?
So,
No, I suppose there's no way to. There's no way to move 3 within that movement.
no, because it would take 2 to move onto and 2
Yeah,
to
and
move
2
off.
to move off. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
So it is a real kind of kick in the
Yeah.
gut.
Okay, but if I use those 2 coins to move, it would look the same as me moving 3, or look like I'm moving through a bolstered off a bolstered temple.
Yeah, off a bolstered temple and then moving, or moving 1 and then going on to a bolstered temple if you're moving 3. Just in the sense that because it's costing you both movements, both standard movements to move onto and off of, if you sacrifice a coin to have a 3rd movement, you can do that before or after. You wouldn't be able to effectively get 4 movements to move onto and then off.
Oh, so it doesn't cost 2 coins; it costs 2 movements.
Two movement, yeah, not two coins. Does that make sense?
Sorry, so I'm going to ask again.
No, it's fine.
So if I wanted to move off a bolstered thing, it would cost 2 movements.
Yeah, it would
And
cost
then
you
I
2
could
movements.
I could sacrifice an extra coin to move once more,
Exactly, yeah.
but that would look like me just playing a single coin.
That would be, you would sacrifice a coin to make that 3rd movement.
You still have to pay the last coin where you land. Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
So I've got it. Yeah, the sacrifice plus the landing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're
that
sort
makes
of
sense.
discarded 2 eventually.
Yes.
Which looks the same as me moving 3
Yeah.
in any other
Exactly.
situation. Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Okay, Chris back.
Shall we wave to Chris?
Yeah.
Get his attention.
Welcome back, Chris.
Well, out back.
Not now, not now.
He was doing a very good
Okay.
poker face whilst he was watching on YouTube and listening to all of that. Yeah, go on.
Oh, he is a wily one.
He's an expert lip reader as well, did we not mention?
So Reese has discarded 2 coins.
Cool.
Where could he be?
And so then, Chris, your final go, and then we'll move into the night phase.
Okay.
Just love the music.
Yeah, I just listen to this on loop. all
Yeah,
day.
I could. I might do.
Might go a bit mad.
Be like your theme tune. It's when you start walking in time with the music, it gets a little bit weird.
Yeah, without listening to it.
Yeah.
Just moving through life like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a kind of like step hop, step hop, step hop,
Yeah.
step. Yeah.
Hide behind a tree.
Can, for example, the big guys move through the smaller ones? Do I have to move them out the way to get him through?
So he can only move into an available space on the courtyard, but when he's on top of the temple, he's able to then move to another temple through
the mist.
the mist. But once again, that's only once he's on the temple. And it's a good idea, I think, maybe at this stage to start getting as many of the healers on board, just to kind of populate the place. So moving
Fill 'em up.
the
Big guys.
2 big guys that you've got
Yeah,
is advisable.
that's what I was thinking. If I...
And you can only move. You can only use each mist once, as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. See, you can tell when I'm thinking, so I start going things like this. Okay, I'm gonna go there with him.
Goes on the temple.
Spoon a what's it? A healer, and then yeah, move him and spawn another healer here. He's kind of stuck at the next level.
Depends where you think he is.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. Then I. Yes. I'll. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him out of the way. Yeah, I'll move him to there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
So that's the end of your first day, guys. You've had the 3 turns. Now we're going to move on to the night phase. So, Reese, you've got 3 action points, and depending on the number of those actions, depends on the amount of information you're giving away. So, if you just use 1, you don't give any information away. If you use 2, then you give your row or your column away. If you use all 3, then you've got to reveal exactly where you are on the board. Those actions are gain a coin, gain a dart, look at a rod, or unbolster a temple. You can do them all as many times as you wish. I think that's in this rule set. No, so up to 2 coins, up to 2 darts, only 1 rod, or any bolster.
Okay.
can just see the stress on your face, Reese.
So, can I ask? This is unrelated to the night, but I've got to think ahead. Using my darts, what are the limitations of using those for me?
The only limitation is the number of darts that you have. So
from any position to any position.
As long as if you're passing over something, then you'll attack the thing on the courtyard below you. So, for example, if you're on, let's say, E5 and you're moving, let's do it this way, C5 and you're moving up to C3, then knocking this builder will cost 1 dart. And that's the only way that you can attack the guys on the courtyard. If you wanted to attack this guy, you can attack him from anywhere on your row or your column, and that's it. You wouldn't be able to attack him from E1, but you'd be able to attack him from E3.
Okay.
It does provide a little bit of information for the miss, though.
Yes,
a little bit, yeah.
It was very interesting. Practically the first playtest that I had of this, there was a number of very different rules. But the guy I was playing with said that it was fascinating because he felt like he was totally exposed throughout the game, playing as the thief. I had no idea where he was up until the end.
Really? Interesting.
Because it is a constrained board, isn't it? So it's a small board.
Yeah. And the more that you play, the more constrained it becomes.
Yeah.
So it definitely does kind of ramp up in that kind of that tension. And considering that Reese has already used 5 of his 9 movement tokens, it's going to really restrict where he can go in the future. And if he finds himself in a position where he cannot make a valid move, then he forfeits the game.
We don't want that, Reese.
No, we don't.
On that cheeky Chris winning.
I'm feeling slightly victimised here.
All right.
Also,
what was your secret plan for if I wanted to pick up one of my coins again without Chris knowing?
Literally the same as turning over one of the rods.
Just close your eyes.
Yeah. Chris, look away.
No, just look away. You don't have to take your ears off.
Because when you're playing in person, you'd be able to pick them up and look at them under your hand.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's.
All right. I'm just going to flick them all because I can't remember.
Okay.
What I've got. Okay.
Zoom in on that. Which one are you?
Sorry, Chris. Hang on. No, I think I will take.
Okay. People at home
Chris,
saw
thank
that.
you.
You can look back now.
I've taken that. And I am going to... I'm going to take away this bolster.
Oh, nice.
So I have to reveal where I am.
If you've just used 2 actions, which I think you have, then you reveal either your row or column. So whichever you think is going to give the least amount of information away.
All right, I am in. C.
And a good way to just visualize that is to place the guy on the sea and be like, visual reminder.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay. So I've got three action points. Oh,
Yeah.
2 action points. Sorry, 2 action points.
Sorry, Chris, I was miles away. Yes, you've got 2 action points. It costs 1 to put down one of these guys, and obviously you can do that twice. You can upgrade any of the little guys to the medium guys. Obviously, you can do that twice, or you can upgrade one of the medium guys to one of the big guys. You can only do that once.
So you know he's somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah, no, somewhere in the middle.
Do 3 little guys, he's been starting to really severely block him from moving. He's going to have to fight his way out.
Which would give
Yeah.
much more
The more you
information
force
to
him
you.
fight, the more information you'll
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't think you can do enough.
No, you can only do 2.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
once your pool of missed characters are out, then you are unable to spawn anymore.
Mhm.
Use that wide open parts. Okay. So I'm going to spawn a healer there. And another one there. It's my 2 actions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, excellent. So now we start again for the next day. One thing that I would suggest is let's play our coins underneath the ones that we've had. So this is the previous day. We start again the next 3 turns underneath. Just helps us keep track on whereabouts we are.
Okay.
I have another question about the darts. Sorry, you did explain. So if I'm moving over the little guys or the medium guys, then I hit them as I go as part of that action?
Yes, as part of that action, as part of that movement, it's not going to cost anything else to attack, be that the person on the a mist on the courtyard or a mist on the temples.
Okay, so the combat is sort of free within whatever you're doing.
Completely free as long as you have the darts to do so. And as I say, the little guys, they're free to attack. The medium guys will cost 1, and the big guys, they cost 2.
Okay. And I can look at a rod and move,
Yes, yeah, you can.
or move and look. Or...
You do need to get looking at those, I feel. At the moment you've had no information to where the treasure is stashed. What temple? Where is it hidden?
And I'm just going to flip it.
Yeah. So if
Do you want-
yeah,
oh,
and then flip it back over as well.
Oh, to green.
Sorry, was I meant to know that information?
I mean, it depends what you choose to do with that information. If, as I say, if we're playing in real life, you'll probably look at it secretly. You'll like
Yeah,
just
he
with knowing
shouldn't.
which one.
He shouldn't see it really. I
Yeah,
don't-
because now Chris kind of knows where he wants
Yeah.
to focus his efforts.
Yeah.
Hey ho, practice game.
We'll know that for Nick and Gina's game.
Just pretend you didn't see it, Chris.
Yeah. So, in 5 minutes time, I'll probably forget anyway.
Cool. So yeah, Reese, that was your turn. And Chris, we're on to you.
Okay. So if he, would I have known that he would have looked at a card?
You would have known that he'd looked at one of those cards, yeah.
Okay.
He would
Well,
have
I
picked
wouldn't
it
have used
off the
Yeah.
table to secretly look at it.
But that means he hasn't moved. Is that
Mean-
correct?
Means that he's moved once.
One.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means he's either. If he was there, that means he must be in one of those three because he's not bumped anybody off.
I'm not sure whether I've made this clear before, and if I haven't, then it's my bad. But you can only look to one of the rods that are relating to the temple that you're on. If that didn't happen this time, then that's fine. We'll kind of continue as is. But yeah,
So it has to match somewhere like that, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. I think I've got you.
Get him.
Yeah.
Good
How
game.
do I get to him?
How do you do this?
You want to block off the column D, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to move the builder to there.
Mm-hmm.
First action.
You move big guy to the middle, and then the little
Second
guy
action to there.
D1.
Nick knows where he is.
The little guy can go to D1, can't he? And then
No,
C2.
little guys can't move into temple.
Sorry, middle guy. C2 to D1 would then block Reese from moving at all. Not that I want to do that, Reese, at all.
Because if you looked at that one, and I know he was in C, my logic is that he must be in there.
I guess that's why the mist wouldn't be able to look at the cards, because it would give a
Too much
horizontal
information, isn't it?
vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you looked at that C card, then it would have been perfectly fine because we already knew we were in C.
I feel like I'm paying an unfair advantage now.
It doesn't matter. It's
There's no such thing as an unfair advantage against the champion. Don't you worry.
Undefeated.
So, undefeated, that's fine.
Yeah. So, yeah. That would go to there.
Edge your bets, just block them off at every angle.
Yeah. Edge of bets. So that was all three. Yeah.
Yep.
That was three.
Excellent.
Like it.
There's this alarm going somewhere, and they're all rushing en masse.
He's somewhere in E. Somewhere.
Whatever the spiritual equivalent of an alarm going off.
Yeah.
If I have the darts, am I limited to how many I can use?
No, you can use as many as you wish. So, or as many as you have. So, let's say if you had to knock down 3 of the big guys to be able to get to the place that you wanted, and you had 6 darts, then you'd be able to use all 6 darts to be able to achieve it.
And the darts, knocking people over or the mist over, lets me pass uninhibited.
Yes, yeah. And knocked over darts, basically they pose no threat to you. You can move over them as many times as you want until they're healed. And for Chris, a knockdown miss cannot be used for any purpose until they are healed.
We're feeling your pain, Reese. I'll be honest.
What I do like about this as the mist is that even though I'm fairly certain roughly where he is, it's more a case of now trying to work out how to get the right people. It changes it changes almost from a deduction game to a I don't know, almost like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Trying to get
A deduction puzzle. Yeah.
Once again, it was one of the first pieces of feedback that I got was that playing as the mist is actually remarkably frustrating because if you think you know where the thief is, that's fine. You've got that information, but it's what you do with it, how you can actually kind of get to that point.
Yeah.
That's the real challenge. And yeah, the guy said it's frustrating, but in a really good way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. I think.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's exactly what you want for this style of game. You want that kind of.
Exactly. I mean, it's designed with that idea in mind. So.
It does add certainly that replayability. Creating that frustration, you'll want to keep playing until you get the perfect game.
All right, sorry. I'm trying
That's
to.
right.
A lot of my mental power is going into how to trick Chris.
we totally felt that through the screen. I'll be honest, Reese.
Okay. If I wanted to pick up a dart,
Yeah.
I can do that before I move or after I move. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as that movement is a 1.
As long as you only move once. Yeah. And the thing is that your opponent doesn't necessarily need to know in which order you've done it, so that might kind of change their.
But like you said, hitting some people would require
Certain number of darts.
me to do so if I was in the same orientation or same.
Yeah. So, for example, if you can choose to attack the mist on A3.
Yeah.
If you're kind of passing the row or column, or if you're on the row or column, you don't have to,
Yeah.
but you can choose to, because if they're on a temple, they're in quite a good kind of position, and they're riled up to get you some.
Yeah.
In some way.
But the other people, I take out as I pass them.
Yes.
If I pass them or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, as I pass them, yeah.
And that is also the same for the guy on A3. So if you're moving through or from A3, you'd have to take him out.
Gonna have to rush you, Reese.
Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to use all my darts,
Nice.
and I'm going to knock over your 2 big guys.
Oh. Poof, poof.
Alright. Oh.
So that implies he was probably in E3. He's gone bounce.
Ah. Sorry.
I reckon.
Is it?
Very likely, yeah. Or the opposite. Sorry.
Does that mean? So, can he target?
Hang
the
on.
big guys?
I
Yeah.
think I've made a mistake.
Okay.
Sorry. Hang on. Put those guys back up. Sorry, I just
Yeah.
want to double check something.
So
I don't
can
want to
you
cheat here. So.
Target the big guys from anywhere on the board. Is that correct? Or...
You can target the big guys when they're on a temple from anywhere on their row or column,
Got you.
Okay. So.
or if you're going through them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So. This is stressful. Okay.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be taking pleasure from this, but
I think it's great. I'll
Okay,
be
it's nice to
honest.
see my design kind of doing what it's intended to do.
So I'm going to use 2 to knock. I don't know how to tumble him. To topple him.
Just,
F.
flip.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. And then I'm going to topple that guy.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
It's quite funny. So I'm the ghost, but having them just fall over is like he's the ghost knocking.
Yeah, it's quite spooky,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh,
It's got, it's all,
He's wafting the mist as he goes past.
yeah. Okay. Right. I think I know where he is, but how do
Yeah.
I think I know as well.
Because he knocked him out. That was a that was a good move. Because if you hadn't knocked him out, then I think he just teleported straight.
Could jump around quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have got him.
So it's going to be at least 2 turns unless.
So as you're moving around on top of the temple, you can only move to the next, to an available temple as long as there are mist kind of going to it.
Okay.
So say for example, you wouldn't be able to go from A3 over to
E, yeah,
E5
because
you would
there's
have to
nobody
stop.
here.
Yes, exactly.
Got
Or rather, you wouldn't be able to go from here down onto here. You'd have to stop here before moving over, unless there was another couple of these guys here. So if there was another big guy in there and a big guy in there, then you'd be able to flow straight
got
through
you.
that stream.
I see. Okay.
To the people watching on Facebook and Twitch, I hope you're enjoying it. If you have any ideas where Reese might be, do share
Play
your
along with
thoughts.
Chris.
Yeah, play along with Chris.
Okay. So I'm going to go to there. And oh damn. Okay, I can't. I can't do that. So if I sacrifice him to bring him back up.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. The other
Then-
thing that you can do is you could potentially move this guy down onto D4 and then sacrifice him to. No, you wouldn't be able to sacrifice him because you've already used him. But,
What I was going to do is move him to there.
Yep.
Spawn him there.
Yeah.
That's the second action. And then third use them to spawn another big guy.
yeah, that would be one of the builders. Yeah.
Nice.
Or next, the next guy up.
Mhm.
To spawn the next one up, I need
3 builders, I think.
Three builders, yeah.
Yeah. So it's 3 healers for a builder, and 3 builders for a seeker. It's
In a-
wonderful when you've got all these words that kind of sound quite similar, and you feel like you're just talking gibberish. Well, that's the game's design life, isn't it?
yeah.
Yep.
Where do I go? Where do I put him? Goes there. No, that gives you the best option. Gives the most flexibility. To go to there. Okay, yeah, that's me done.
Rita, I believe that this is your last turn for the day. So after this, you get to kind of pick up some darts and some coins and whatever you need.
All right, I need Chris to look away
Do you want to
because I can.
Chris,
I can.
take your headphones off as well, just in case?
Okay.
We'll
An
wave
extra
at you.
secret because I can move.
How's he going to know it's
Oh yeah, good point actually.
That's it. Chris has been eliminated from the game.
I just did it, but
I can
message
move
release.
and look at a rod, right? Or look at a rod and move.
You can do either. Yeah.
As long as it's
I'll message.
okay.
I love it. Right.
How do I win the game?
So you would have to move to the place where you believe it is, so the temple where you believe it is, and then use an action to say, end the game, I've found the treasure.
And that's where the 2 greens meet.
That's where the two greens meet, yeah.
Can we wave Chris back in now?
Okay, I've messaged. See how long
Come on,
it
Chris,
takes.
Come on. There we go.
Good, good.
He's back.
It's kind of sort of like
Yeah, no, we realised as soon as I said it. How are you going to get back in the
Took
game?
the headphones off.
Genius.
You should have all just like hidden.
Yeah.
See how long I would have stood there, just not doing anything. Guys.
So Reese has had a peek.
Okay.
So I think I've won.
Okay, cool. If you can use an action to do that, then
Yeah,
that's fine.
I haven't used my second action yet.
Okay.
Okay. Declare it, innit?
So reveal your location.
Move the little black guy to the
Where's
it falls on
It's on the sea
top of
at
Rosie.
the top.
Yeah. So
it doesn't appear. Oh, is that him? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I knew you were there.
Yeah.
and
Just
then
needed a
flip
few
over
bits,
both of
Chris.
those rods, just to double check.
Whee!
So, Reese as well.
Reese.
Well done.
You knew I was there though, for sure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just couldn't get there in time.
I just could not get there in time.
I was so hoping to. Oh, I had this great plan to fool you by taking out guys in different directions.
Yeah.
But it didn't work because, of course, the limitation of taking over the little guys while moving
Yeah.
forces me to have moved. And then I wanted to. My other plan was to get a coin back this next night turn so I could double back on myself to make you think I had moved, but actually move back.
Yeah.
Crisis.
Stressful.
Yeah, because I was planning on, in the night time, upgrading this guy and get him to there, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
cross. Because I knew
I
you,
would've-
knew you were there.
You
but-
would've had to move
Shuriken,
on it.
shuriken to the chin.
Yeah. But then I could have gone him there.
All right.
Yeah, that's really
Stressful
given you
seeing the
the
board fill up with mist. Tell you
Can
what.
imagine. Well, guys, we've been an hour and 15. Should we reset the table and give it another quick go?
Let's
Do you
it.
reckon we can do it a bit quicker? Yeah.
Versus Ginners.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to click the restart button. So.
Nick, one thing I am going to say is, shall I be the thief so people at home can see
Yeah, makes sense.
what I'm
yeah.
doing? That's what
I
I'm
need to
thinking.
somehow join the game as a player. I'm only a
Oh,
spectator.
I've got an error.
Okay, if I...
Just click OK on that.
I go back to the lobby.
Yeah, if I go back to the lobby... If we all go
Yeah.
back to the lobby and then restart...
Yeah,
That
I mean, I'm happy to do that. So let's go back to the lobby.
I've crashed completely at the moment, so... for anyone...
Good time to restart then.
Yeah, everyone watching at home, like my mouse is completely frozen at the moment.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
No, I've got a mouse.
Okay,
So-
so I've left, so there's a space available
so I
now.
can join. There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
And then I-
Cool.
Can
Nice.
And then once we start, you can then spectate.
Yeah.
Chris?
Reese, you can relax now. Pour yourself a whiskey or something. Just.
Yeah, seriously though, that like for a game that's quite calm and it's turn by turn by it's very stressful.
Yeah.
I feel like there was like a 24 clock going.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've just had an error message
Yeah, I had
Oh.
that.
through.
Oh, yeah, so here.
Unity JavaScript.
Unity error.
Unity JavaScript. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'll tell you what. Let me close down this room. I will send out another link to you guys, and we can join.
Yeah,
in
sure.
Again, if that's right.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me just.
Are you able to send it to me directly because I can't access the chat any longer? Oh no, it's refreshing. Oh no, you've just closed it. That's fine.
Oh, sorry.
We'll,
yeah,
we'll work something out.
If you send it in Messenger, would
Yeah, could do that.
Yeah.
that work?
Just.
Everyone's going to see my private messages. I just send stuff to myself so I don't feel lonely. It's quite
It has to
sad,
be done.
really. Yeah.
You can get apps for that. Yeah.
AI friends. Yeah. Are you guys real?
Good morning.
Yeah, right.
We're
That's
getting
where
into Black
Alexa
Mirror
is.
territory now.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. So I've sent that over via Messenger. I'll also send it onto you guys here on Zoom.
Lovely.
Okay, no worries. Cool.
Yeah, I think one of my the reason why I created this game was because I was aiming to make a larger game, which was like a kind of a city-based zombie game. And we had a couple of playtests of that, and they went okay. But there was a couple of elements I really wanted to kind of tighten up, and it's the typical thing of being able to tighten up something when you can actually sit down and play those mechanics kind of more intentionally, you know.
Okay.
And that was basically what this game was born out of. So
Okay.
So yeah, really trying to kind of hone in on that idea of the hidden movement versus these things spreading out across the board.
Yeah.
Have you sent the link via Messenger?
Yes.
Have you sent it in Facebook chat? In our little group
yes,
chat?
I did. It's on the group chat.
I'm not seeing it.
Oh.
Or it's in the
No, can you send it on the
Zoom,
Facebook?
Zoom chat.
Yeah, can you
It's
send
in
it?
Zoom chat and on Facebook Messenger.
I'm not seeing it at all.
I'll put it on our chat as well now.
Cheers.
If you guys want to send it in directly.
Don't know why I'm not getting that.
Guys, I will be right back.
No worries.
Check on my chat.
Come on. Yeah. Thanks, Nick. Join.
Cool. Excellent. So we are in. I'm going to start the game. Start now.
Cool.
Yeah, the first time of first playthrough of this, getting your head around all the different things that you can do, does take a little while, but yeah, let's see how this one goes. I'm just going to shuffle these decks so that
No worries, mine's still loading at the moment. That's fine.
it's fine. Cool. Well, it's set up for you guys. Just going to add the 2 darts to one side.
Right, this is going to be really stressful. In a really
You
good way.
volunteered to play the,
Yeah, no, I know, but
play the bag, right?
I've got to, really.
That's a very interesting thing, actually, as well, because it is asymmetric, and because, you know, when you can fly through it, you can get through a game in half an hour.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then you can kind of say, all right, well, I didn't win that turn as the thief. Let's play again, but in the other direction, you know.
Yeah.
And I think certain players would prefer the thief than the mist, and vice versa. So
Yeah. It's always good with these sort of games to be able to switch, back and forth between the two.
yeah,
So, first thing I'm doing is taking all my tokens into my hand.
yeah.
Okay.
I've placed 2 darts for you over on this side of the board, so they're in your inventory, ready to attack.
Okay.
Next
I'm
you
also
wish.
going to take my action cards into my hand as well. Is that okay?
Ooh. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
So I don't know what you can do now.
I think we've said this
Oops.
before on other ones.
Yeah.
This is one of the things with the virtual thing is everybody can see roughly where you're looking at because your cursor sort of meanders over
Yeah.
When
things.
I've
Yeah,
seen
I'm
people
definitely
play
not
tests
going to be
before
doing
going,
that.
Yeah.
I could do this. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're giving a bit of information away there, mate. And just
Yeah. Or are they?
Okay. So, right, in advance, we'll wait for Reese first. So, but I'll just say this. I'm going to try and play quite fast. Nick, if you can try to do the same. I might make silly mistakes. So anyone watching at home, apologies, we're trying to do this turbo time.
It's like speed chess.
Yeah, speed chess.
Oh,
Hit the
right.
timer. But I've got a rough idea of what I want to do. I'll see if it plays out there.
Okay.
And if anyone is watching at home, you can see all my coins down in front of me. You can also see my rule sheet, which I will be referring to in terms of my actions and when to do them and what I can do. Cool. Let's wait for Reese. I think it's only fair. Because it was quite fun as a watcher actually trying to play along with with
trying
Chris.
to deduce where
Yeah.
he is was actually really interesting.
That was really enjoyable. So how long did it take you to come up? What was the inspiration to the game?
As I say, like, so effectively, I wanted to make a zombie game because being well, like kind of when I was at college, the remake of Dawn of the Dead came out, and that changed my entire understanding of film. And so, like, kind of, yeah, it was always kind of something that I had in mind that I wanted to do something with zombies.
We like zombie films here.
Yeah, I mean, at least I did back in the day anyway. And so one of the core elements was that in this game, at the end of the night, all of the zombies would rise again, including any other player, any survivor who had died that turn. They would then come back as a zombie and start doing a similar sort of thing. So yeah, that kind of, it basically, I had a theme.
Yeah.
And then I kind of created the mechanics, and then in trying to kind of wrap up and solidify those mechanics, I created this game.
And
a different theme on it.
How long in development has this been then? Just curious.
This has been in development for 2 months, I think.
Okay, cool.
Wow, quick turn.
Alrighty. Well, Lisa's
I
back.
obsess about things.
We
Very intense.
We are big zombie fans here, so good to hear that this was inspired by a zombie film. Right. Reese, you're back.
I'm back.
I was just saying whilst you were off camera that we're going to sort of speedrun it. Sort of. Or try to. So... it's all going to go wrong.
I'm excited.
And we start on day, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're starting on C.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm aware. Yeah.
Do as you wish.
Yeah.
You'll knock me down straight out.
Okay, so... I'm going to sacrifice a coin.
Let's do 3 moves.
And then I place down the coin of where I'm moving. That's correct?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just going to place that just slightly on top of it, just so that we know that they're part of the same turn.
Okay.
And I have 2, 3, up to 3. Okay. I think where it might be. I'm going to move this guy here. Move this guy here. Small little dude. And I'll move.
It's interesting what you're saying about
this guy here.
enjoying it almost as a spectator. Enjoying it because
Okay.
like I'm not a huge fan of traitor mechanic games, but I love watching them. I love being a spectator and knowing who the traitor is and watching for their tells. I'm completely useless at them, but being a passive observer to me is quite, can be quite entertaining in itself.
Yeah, sometimes you've got that kind of what is it? Is it dramatic irony when you know that somebody is doing something with a specific kind of situation in mind?
Yeah.
I'm just going whilst you're talking. I'm moving once and I wish to look at something. So Nick, please close your eyes, please.
I'm closed.
And take your headphones off. No, I'm joking. Just close your eyes. Keep them closed.
Eyes closed.
Okay.
I'll look again.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to know which column or row you looked at?
You are, if Andy wishes to share that
No.
information. Okay.
Oh, it's getting serious.
This is competition
man.
level now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
So you've moved twice and looked.
I've moved and looked. I'm not giving you any clues. Don't try and fool me.
Okay. This guy's move here. And just check on the walls. Yeah, and then he can move into here. And then I think I'm going to sacrifice him to bolster this one here. Okay, that's my 3 actions.
Okay.
I have no idea where you are at the moment.
That's sort of the
I'm just
plan.
hedging my bets.
I'm gonna have this song
See
stuck in
Jinna's face. No, you could be laughing manically.
Yeah, we can't see him. Everyone at home can see him, but we can't see him.
Yeah.
He'll be chuckling.
I'm chuckling to myself. I've got you in disarray. The mist is in disarray.
I'm just floating all over the place. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
I've moved.
That's just one token you've discarded.
Maybe.
It was a statement, it wasn't a question.
I like the idea of one decoy coin that you have that could, just a blank could be nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys about the ideas that I have for kind of potentially progressing with this game and all that sort of stuff. But that is kind of part of it. This idea of having a hide coin.
Yeah, I like that. Jinnas would have definitely used that like first go.
So, Oz, one question.
Yeah.
Once what are these guys? Once a seeker is on a temple,
Yeah.
can he move off the temple onto a normal space?
He cannot. The only way that he can do that is if he is attacked and pushed off the temple. But you can move through temples, through mist to other temples. So, for example, if you wanted to move that to either...
So I can go up to here.
You can get up to there. You could potentially move this guy all the way down to here, and then that would open up these two as well.
to there.
And it's the same on this side. So, I mean, heck, if you actually move this guy up onto this corner, then you'd be able to open up all of this kind
This
of
whole
as
section
well.
of the wall.
Yeah.
Not that I know any of those places Jinna's is.
It seems like you found yourself in quite a tricky position with this guy up here.
Yeah, I've kind of blocked him out of the way, haven't I?
Yeah.
It's stuck. So I can get him onto a temple, but that's not very useful. But I'll tell you what I can do. I could move this guy, float him over here. And now this guy could float through those, can he?
Not unless he's.
Oh, he has to be on a temple.
On a temple, yeah.
But this guy could now make it to a temple. Anywhere
Yes, he
here.
could definitely make it to that temple.
No real point going. If he's stuck anyway, he may as well go onto a temple.
Or you'd be able to kind of upgrade these three after this guy's moved if he wishes to do that. And that will open up a bit of space there.
Well, I'm going to move him to the middle. And then I'm going to upgrade those three. Yeah, I'll do those three. And become one of those guys. Does it matter which of those three spots
It doesn't. What I would say for this guy, the builder, because he can only move diagonally.
It doesn't make sense putting him like here because then you can't move.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fair.
Unless
Unless
that's
you're
part of
planning
your
on doing it.
strategy.
Unless you want to do a 3 in a row to upgrade him.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to do that on the diagonals for those guys, because
that's true,
otherwise
that's
it'll be too
Very
possible.
hard, yes. Right, that's my 3 turns.
Could you...
Cool. Am I right in thinking that that is the end of the first day?
I've had 3 turns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Cool. So we're going to the night turn. We have Jinners. You've got 3 action points.
Night.
Using 1 shows nothing. Using 2 shows your row or column. Or using all 3 will reveal exactly where you are.
Yeah, I like that last one, Jules. That's a good plan. So I haven't got a clue.
So, spend up to 3 actions. So, taking a dart is 1 action, look at a rod is 1 action, but it can only look at 1 rod
You can
in the
only look up-
night phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
You can take up to 2 darts.
Yeah, I
you can
got
take
you.
Up to 2
I got you.
guns. Yeah.
Alright.
And you can unbolster.
So, I'm going to look at a rod. So, Nick, can you look away? Okay. Yep, you're good.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm going to take some coins back. So
you can look at those at any point, but once again, just ask Nick to.
yeah, Nick, can you look away again?
Yep, sure.
Okay, you can look back.
Okay.
I've taken my 3 actions.
You've taken your 3 actions, which means that you have to reveal your location.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Taking my advice, Jinners.
I didn't know that. So
Sorry, man. I did mention that before. Yeah, taking 1 action means nothing.
can we go back? Can we go backskis then a little bit?
Yeah.
Because
I'll let you undo an action if you want.
yeah, I'll undo 1
I'll
action.
pretend that I haven't looked at this rod.
Yeah, right.
Your turn.
I'm just reading the card a minute. Spend.
mean-
Right. Okay.
One thing you
Yeah. I
could
got
do is
you.
where
I
you
got
could
you. I got
do
you. I
it.
got you. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm going to put a token back. Okay. I didn't read that on the bottom of the card, unfortunately. So it was which one do I want to get rid of? Tense.
Pick randomly, Jinners.
Yeah. Okay. All
Fast
right.
move.
All right.
Stressful, isn't it, Jinners?
It is a bit stressful. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So because you.
Yeah, I understand.
So you have to remove.
Yeah, I'm on row 3.
So you remove this row. Okay. So I might be right on top of you and not know it. I'm so tempted to just claim you're there and just be done with it.
So you
Do it.
can only-
Give it a
you can
go.
only use- You can only use that action during the daytime, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's going to take a daytime first.
He's going to sneak away. Okay, so I don't need to heal anyone. So I can spawn a healer. Upgrade a healer to a builder. I can build to a seeker. I'm going to upgrade this guy to a middle guy. Builder.
Cool. So that's one action point, and you've got another one.
And then I think I will add another healer somewhere. Where would be best for that? Yeah, I'm going to put him down there.
Cool.
Okay.
None of your guys are downed, so you don't have to heal anything. You're good to go.
And can you
So-
explain removing bolstered temples for me again? How does that work?
Sure. So that's a nighttime action. And
Right,
that-
okay.
It will just cost one of your actions.
I see, remove bolster. Okay. Being quite reckless.
I find that interesting, though. I really do. Like, yeah.
So is it
walking
back
in
to
away
day?
with my plane.
It's back
Yes,
to day
it's back to
phase.
day. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit longer now.
You never said that earlier.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to sprint. So. That's my sprint chip. And
Sprinting away.
Running away in the drink.
I better write that down before I put it down. Okay, I've moved.
So you've moved 3, but you haven't knocked anyone down, which means you must have doubled back to yourself. Or you've landed on the bolster temple.
Have you had to knock anyone down?
Ah, yes, I would have done.
I thought so. Ooh, right in the gut.
That costs a dart, yeah.
That costs a
Yep.
dart, yeah.
Good timing on the music there.
So you must have left or landed on this one as well, which means you should have knocked him over as well. Which would have cost you 2 darts. Which you can't
Yeah.
afford.
That is true.
Have I broken the rules?
Yeah.
Did you
Okay,
guys
you ready?
know? Okay, Nick, can you take your headphones off?
Yep. Let me just maximize my video.
No worries.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got rules clarification.
Yeah.
I was on C3,
Yeah.
which I think you all know because I
Mhm.
slightly gave it away. If I leave that square, does that knock him over, does it?
Yes, and you'd have to spend 2 darts to be able to do that.
Right, so I wouldn't have been able to move where I've moved. Okay. Alright, so we need to go back a little bit, which
Yeah.
sort of wah, sort of gives it away a little bit. But okay.
Cool.
So
Is Nick good to come back in?
yeah, Nick's good to come back in.
Hello.
So
I
just
don't really
needed
like this, so I couldn't
needed
see
a
the
rules
screen.
clarification.
Yep. Oh, my guy survived.
Yeah,
Goodness,
so
he's trying to
he's-
bribe us.
Bribe the designers to change the rules mid-flow.
Is that the purpose of playtesting?
Okay, I'm still gonna sprint still. Oh, wait a minute. I need to back this up. I'm still going to sprint.
Okay.
That's my sprint tile. And I've moved.
So, if you had say gone from A3 through C3 and onto C1, going on to C1 would have cost 2 action points. Is that right?
Yeah,
2
that would
movement points. Sorry.
Yeah, that would cost you 2
So that would have
movements.
been 1, 2, 3. That is the only logical way I can see that you've moved if you were on this starting row. Which implies you're on here. I can't move onto there though because it's a bolster temple.
True.
Oh, you swine, Jinners. Right. Right, well, I'm going to stick with my original plan then. I'm going to upgrade these 3 guys into a bigger guy. Yeah.
Isn't it a builder rather than a... Oh no,
No,
sorry,
it was
yes,
3.
they
It was
were,
3 builders.
They were 3 builders, yeah.
Then I'm going to move this guy onto here. Which leaves those behind. I move this guy along here and these behind.
Cool.
That's my 3 actions.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of leave things open a bit. But...
See, I'm not entirely sure where Tunis is now. Nothing even
I
knows.
think he's on C1, but I can't stop him from running away now because this guy's over.
Okay, I've
Effectively
moved.
run right the way around here, like this.
Yeah, I mean, you can use this guy to heal this guy.
Yeah, he didn't exist though last round, so I.
No, exactly. What, yeah, this
What I
next
would have
one,
done.
choose.
So you've moved, Jinners, have you?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Yes, I've moved.
And you only discarded 1, which means you've moved only 2. Oh, you could have moved anywhere though. Okay, this guy's going to go up 1. Which drops 1 here. I'm going to sacrifice this guy to stand him up. And then this guy is going to float through here over to here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Nick, can you take your ears out again? Okay, so I'm on... Wait a minute. No, I'm not. Where am I? That's a good question, isn't it? No, I'm okay. Alright, that's... I'm just trying to fool Nick here. I don't need any rules clarification. I'm just messing with him a little bit. You can put your ears back in.
There's a lot of laughing going on there. So a lot of chuckling.
Just don't worry about it, Nick. Don't
It does
worry.
not fill me with any sense of...
It was just a funny story about you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I might...
Okay.
It was just a story about that time at UKGU.
Oh, yeah.
It's...
Get that going, Nick.
There you go.
So is it my... I've forgotten who goes.
Jinners, did you take your 3rd go?
No. Yeah, and I've got to. Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So you moved twice. You have any idea where you are now? This guy's going to move up.
It's quite hard. You've got to really plan your future moves, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because the mist, they can spread and block off paths so quickly. Like
Yeah.
at least paths that you can move through invisibly.
Hmm.
And there's something about being a thief where you don't want to. Obviously, you don't want to reveal anything. And so even the easy little guys, you don't want to.
Yeah, any piece of information that you give away can be a vital piece of information.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's such a tight board. You've got so
this was
little
going to come down here.
room to hide.
No, I think that's good. I'm just going to take 2 actions.
Okay, so we're into night phase.
Yeah, so into the night phase.
This is insane.
Don't use 3 actions this time.
Yeah, right. I know that much.
Perfect. That would really help.
Use
So
4 and forfeit the game.
I don't get anything like at the night phase at all, do I? I don't get like some extra darts.
You can get
Oh
arrows to darts, can't you?
no, I
Yeah,
know,
so-
like not just get them. I don't
free.
get them as a freebie.
Nothing.
I just find them,
No,
pinned in the wall where there was
Darts
some
and-
mist. No.
Just pull them out the walls.
Okay, damn it. Okay. I need to look at a tile. I think I'm at this point. I'm just. I need to just give it a go.
So if you want to, then I'll.
Yeah, no, I know. Because, yeah. Okay, Nick, can you look away, please?
Yep. All right.
What luck I've got. Right,
But I mean,
okay.
that gives you information now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Right,
It does. Yeah, it does. My brain's hurting, Nick.
Can I look back now?
Yeah, you can look back.
So by the sounds of it, you've turned over all the wrong ones so far. Except I don't know which ones those are. So it doesn't help.
No, I know. So, hang on a minute.
Hey,
Hang on a minute. I need to draw this out. Okay.
this is a lot of planning going on, Jinners. I don't know.
I've only
He's got
got one.
blueprints,
I've got
yeah.
one hit. This is all I can now do. I've got one chance. If I don't get it, then I'm screwed.
I mean, yeah, that's another good point because you could potentially just completely risk it and say
I've got
it
to
could
at this
be-
point
Yeah, it could be in one of 2 places
Because-
or one of 3 places. and
Yeah,
just try it
50-50
out.
chance.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
So
And that would be on the next turn. So on the day phase. That you can
yeah.
So when you've playtested this, how long is it? Normally 1 night cycle or 2 night cycles that you found most people have got through?
I mean, I think we played tested it once where we went through 3 night cycles. But
I've got
because they
50-50
can
chance.
give quite a bit of information away, it doesn't tend to get that far.
Yeah.
And it also depends on how people are playing as well. So I played with one good friend who instantly, as we started the game, he was like, right, I'm going to be as aggressive as possible, and just kept on knocking down my mists, which is great because I knew exactly where he was, I just couldn't get to him.
The berserker approach to...
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Nick, can you look away?
Yeah.
I'm going to be picking up a token. Okay, Nick, you can come back. And I've got to reveal what row.
Column.
Row or column.
Column
Whichever
5.
Column 5. Down here somewhere. Okay. So I get my 2 actions. Spawning a healer in there. Whatever those guys are called, healers. And I'm turning this one into a builder. Is that right? Do that? Yeah. Healer to a builder. Yeah. Okay.
You done?
Yep.
Okay, so we're back to the day phase. Okay. I'm going to sprint.
Can I sprint through one of my mists?
Yeah, I do.
You haven't got any darts?
Don't need it. Level
Level
zeros.
0 can, yeah, just knock them down.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's the one I'm throwing away. That's where I'm moving.
So making a run for it. That was a sprint, yeah?
That was sprint, yeah.
So I'm thinking bleep, bleep, bleep. So I think you're an A3. Okay.
It's all or nothing for me right now, Nick.
So you've done your actions, yeah?
Yeah.
And move here, move him through here. I'm going to claim you're on that spot.
No.
I'm just going
Oh.
No, I'm not. I claim the treasure is on A1.
Go for it.
Ah, rubbish.
Oh.
Okay, it's
Well,
on...
you win anyway, because I
Nick one in.
Where the hell is it? Right.
Well, you knew about A5, didn't you?
I did have A5. Yeah, that's stupid, isn't it? Sorry.
And another piece of feedback
but I
I
had-
received from playtesting was that it is quite a memory test.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was writing it all down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember where.
I had a 50-50
Yeah.
of which one he was on there,
Hmm.
so I just had to pick one.
That was good.
Yeah.
Though.
But I
Well,
also
Janice-
did...
you-
Janice
you
still
win.
won it then.
I also did E3. Right,
It's
yeah.
nice as well because Jin is, it was
But I
like
did-
desperation, but still won.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
where I got confused. I flipped
Minor
3
victory.
instead of E, and I should have made a note that I flipped the E.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
flipped the 3 one instead of the E one, because I was starting to think that E3, this one was a no. That's why I've confused myself. Okay, cool.
Nice.
You didn't have a clue where it was.
You were in one of those two. Because you're either in here and ran like that,
Yeah.
or in C and ran like that.
My
Let's just pick one of them.
my greatest moment was when I double packed and I was in the middle
Yeah.
and you moved straight onto me.
I thought you might have done that, and I just
You were
there's no
literally-
way to know.
Yeah.
Straight
He was hiding
poker
underneath
face.
The box. Yeah. In
He was
that
under the
central
box.
square.
I knew it.
Yeah.
That was
The box I
fun.
was standing
Sort
in.
of solid snake style. Sort of.
Yeah, it was.
Whose footprints are these?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Big question mark of the missaid. Right, okay. That was quicker, but equally as fun. So, let's
That's good.
switch back. So we're all on camera. Bear with me 1 second.
I'm going to close this Tabletopia room. And breathe.
Kinda. Whew! That was tense.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Wow! Didn't know what to expect this evening, and I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Reese was like
things-
literally sweating anxiety.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I felt from the first turn. I
Yeah.
was just
I
drenched.
just saw brain oozing out your ears. It's fantastic. Nice to watch. I really enjoyed that. Reese, as what did you think?
Yeah, I liked. I haven't played tons of secret movement games, but the ones I have played, like, it's always such a grand scale. What I really liked about this was from the get-go, like, I mean, not only did Chris know where I was, obviously, because that starting place was the same, but because of that limited space of the board, you know, you can start to do what Nick did with Gin is you start to eliminate, you know, or predict it's got to be this way or this way or this way or this way by this many. And I really like that because it made it, like I said, stressful from the get-go for me. But I also never felt, well, nothing was impossible, right? I could get away. It's just how much information I was willing to reveal that particular turn, or if I was willing to sacrifice not going anywhere and thinking that Chris would zone in on me to collect extra stuff, or you know, to take those the nighttime actions to reveal more information. I love that balance, like, because in my playthrough I spent tons of actions really, and then I ended up with so few options, and that was I think, yeah, next time I would try balance that better. But for me, it felt like I was, I don't know, escaping this mist, but I wasn't. And I think that was a lot of fun. This, like, playing with, it plays with that that expectation of I've spent these actions to run away, but I haven't really run away. I've just hidden in this limited space, kind of. I don't know. It was a really nice balance, I felt, for me from the thief side, and I never felt limited. I just felt it was great. If Chris mentioned at all that he didn't know where I was, that's a great feeling, even though I haven't necessarily tricked him. It's just, you know, but also the anxiety never left from the second you said, okay, Reese, go. Which was
I think, I'll be honest, I think you were a little bit at a disadvantage going first, like in terms of playing the game first.
Yeah.
As an observer watching you play, like, I sort of knew where you were through the questions that you were asking and then the gameplay that you were enacting. But I think it would have been a very different game the second time round, you know, which I think it was between me and Nick. I was able to bluff you a lot easier, Nick, I think. In terms of where I was supposed to be. Yeah.
Because at one point I knew where you were, and then I just couldn't do anything about it, and then you were gone. By the time
that was great. Chris.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Playing as the mist is, I get the feeling it's a very different experience from playing as a thief, which is good. The fact that the two are very different from one another, and at the time you're still. I find with a lot of hidden movement games, at the beginning there's a lot of downtime, where it's sort of like you're just placing pieces out in the hope that something will trigger. Whereas from this, because it's such a compact board, you're on the hunt, for want of a better term, right from the get-go, which is good. And like I was saying at the time, it's more about getting the right piece into the right position, which is what gets your brain working. Which is good.
Nick, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm just typing stuff up while I'm thinking. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's very clever, abstract hidden movement. I don't think I've ever played an abstract hidden movement game. I think that's a unique selling point there. I really liked all the fact that the thief is one one piece, one character, but the Mist has multiple types of characters. It's a very nice. It's almost a one versus many, where the other player is playing the many people. It's really interesting. And that was I think that's a very nice design there to have that. I did like constrained board. I did notice in the rule book, because I was flicking through the rule book, you have a teaching guide at the end, which I think is a really nice idea.
Yeah.
Of how to teach it. That's a very clever idea.
Cool.
The only negative point I think I came up with was I don't know how samey the game would feel after you've played it a few times, playing either side. So yes, something, because I know you've got some other ideas. What are your ideas on how to vary the gameplay?
Sure. So I had with a previous rule set that didn't include the bolstering, but actually instead of bolstering, you would be destroying temples. I took that idea away and had to completely reimagine that. But whilst I was thinking along those lines, I had this idea of something called elemental disciplines. So at the same point as being able to pick up resources, you'd also be able to pick up a token that is of a specific element that you have chosen at the start of the game. And those elements, you'd be able to spend those tokens, or a number of those tokens, depending on balancing, to be able to do certain things. So stuff like the wind element, for example, would allow you to sprint before I brought sprinting in as a specific rule. It would also allow you to hide, so actually choose a day turn and not move at all, but still place down a hide token. But there was other stuff, so like kind of fire would be very aggressive, and for the mist, using a fire action, you'd be able to effectively remove a dart or something like that from the thief if you believe that they are on a specific row or column. So if you think that the thief is on the C column and you have a specific mist on that column, you'd be able to use that token and say, right, if you're here, then you remove a dart, and then depending on their action, you'll obviously get the information that you're after. So there's a number of different things, and once again, there would be kind of like optional rules. You'd be able to at the start say, all right, well, I'm going to play as the earth, and you can play as the water this turn, and see how that works. So that's a way of being able to bring replayability into it.
Yeah, cool.
Or variability, I think, is probably the best word.
Just talking along this, because I think this is really interesting. Like, couldn't you also consider, for instance, different size boards with different layouts of temples and different distribution of mists on those boards?
Yeah.
That's one idea. I was going to say, like, at the start of the game, I thought the thief was at the disadvantage. But after watching Reese play and coming to that conclusion, as soon as I played, I realised, hang on, there's ways you can bluff your way through this. And I actually thought one of the real strong advantages of this game is actually the social interaction of the players around the table. So, you know, I was thinking, in between rounds, is there no opportunity for table talk? Or should there be that level of encouragement of table talk to kind of sort of, I don't know, some sort of questions to be asking that doesn't give the game away too much. And the other thing as well, which I think could be super, super fun, is make it multiplayer. So not just two players, one player being the thief and the other being the mist, but you actually have little secret cards that each team has that they can, you know, indicate to one another secretly to perform the actions collaboratively as a team.
So a collaboration or a cooperative game, multiple thieves.
Together you could do that as well.
Yeah, sorry. Because that was an idea that I had, was that you'd have multiple thieves.
Right.
And if one of them got captured, they would once
Could
again
spring
this
'em.
kind of goes back to as the zombie idea.
Right.
They become a fourth mist
Okay.
level, and they have specific powers to be able to go around and trip up the other players. So
Okay. No, I was actually thinking. So I used to play a lot of Vikings 878, and you have the map of Britain, and you're working with a buddy where you're like, yeah, we're going to sneak our troops in here, and it's all secret about what you're doing. And I'm wondering if that sort of mechanic could work, because yeah, in this environment there was that social collaboration going on, which I thought was quite an interesting thing for a game, to be honest.
the multiple people playing the mist characters,
Yeah.
working together,
Yeah.
strategizing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe they both got slightly different pieces of information, but they can't kind of almost like a Captain Sonar sort of sense where you've got slightly different pieces of information, but you can't tell where they.
And that would really encourage that collaborative table talk around trying to collaboratively solve where he is. And that's why I think it's fascinating for Tabletopia online stream. It really worked. Yeah. And if we had more people participating at home, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, yeah, it could have been really quite an interesting, different game. I'd like to play this again, I'll be honest. I think it was really cool. I really enjoyed this.
Excellent. I'm so relieved. The last playtest that I did was with a good friend of mine who I worked with at a games company, and he is a computer games designer.
Right.
And yeah, he finished and he says, "I'm gonna be blunt with you, mate. I hated that."
Yeah.
And that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
I'm all up for that. You know, people I don't like a lot of games that a lot of my friends like. That's fine.
Yep.
But coming into this, I am relieved to hear that there's so much kind of positivity from you guys. And yeah, that's really cool. And also these kind of ideas of how to be able to kind of push it on in the future.
Absolutely.
So my plan.
Yeah, go for it.
If you're happy for me to kind of just mention this, if you've got any more feedback, I'd love to hear it, obviously. But my plan currently is just to release this on Tabletopia, get it out there, get people playing it, get people kind of enjoying it, and that kind of comes from a position of actually my day work is taking up a lot of time at the moment, so not necessarily being able to put as much effort into developing certain things, and so developing it would be a slow burner, but or developing it beyond where it currently is. But yeah, I'm very happy to kind of get this game available for everyone to play, and then maybe kind of if I get some kind of encouragement later down the line, go down the Kickstarter route or kind of try to find a publisher, because let's face it, that will be a lot easier. Is my understanding. I don't know, I've never done it. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see where the future takes us with this. But I want people to play it, so that's the key.
Yeah. I think releasing it in Tabletopia, if people use it in certain ways, I think, it will create a lot of enjoyment. Cool. Anyone else?
Just one thing that when you mentioned the bringing it to Tabletopia, something I've also thought of with games is that idea of bringing it to people so more people can play, and the idea, like this particular game as well, would lend itself really well to a print and play version for those people who wanted to. So in addition to that, like getting it out to as many people, and creating that buzz, that could work quite easily. It wouldn't cost people much to print that off.
Not at all. Yeah, it's quite interesting.
A physical version using cereal box and a load of miniatures from, I think, Super Dungeon Explore. So
use anything really. Yeah,
you could use anything completely. That's really cool. I think that's really nice to try and get that out just for people to play. I think it's a really nice thing to do.
There's an interesting conversation on a Facebook group based on board games, and the question was like, kind of, all right, the market is saturated. There's so many games out there. Why are we even like? It would take me 10 years to play through my entire collection. Why are we making more? And that wasn't a damning question, but it was a very interesting kind of way to look at it. And from my point of view, because it's an expression of creativity. At the end of the day, I've created something, and I've made games in the past that haven't seen light of day, you know. And so being able to play something, to be able to make something for the joy of creating it, and then saying to the guys, here, play it, enjoy it, and you know, tell me whether you liked it, tell me whether you hated it, just play.
That's a really great philosophy. I think that is a really good attitude. It's creating for the sake of creating, and for people to enjoy.
Exactly.
I think that's exactly what creative people do. Yeah, exactly. That's really cool. I've got to clock this, by the way. Is that Ocarina of Time in the background, or Twilight Princess?
This is actually from the Symphony of Goddess, which is really geeky. It's basically when Nintendo did the orchestras.
Right. Okay.
So this was a poster from that. It's from Skyward Sword.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which was for the Wii. The Wii, which
Yeah.
had slightly fiddly sort of bits and pieces, but
I'm going to get mocked in certain circles for getting it wrong, but I clocked the Hyrule Shield and what looks like, but it's a little bit out of focus. I'll stop there.
Skyward Sword did have the amazing 1-to-1. If you bought if you had the Wii Plus thing, the 1-to-1 sword shield mapping, that was great. That was great.
You're actually being able to like kind of like this,
I would stand up in my lounge,
throw things at the TV accidentally. Yeah. That's been really great. I've really enjoyed tonight.
Excellent.
I'd love to stay in touch, and let's if you, when you're ready or when it does happen, give us a shout, and we'll try and tell as many people about it as possible.
I mean, realistically, I was kind of I've been sitting on this for a little while, and I thought of this idea anyway, and I had a pretty good idea that this was going to be kind of pretty much final polished design for the base. So I was ready to kind of to release it, but I just held off, allow myself to hear your comments and see where to go from there. So,
well, it's been an absolute pleasure that you approached us about doing this. So thank you very much for thinking of us.
That you've been doing it. So
thank you.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that means a lot.
People to play test with you.
Yeah, we're trying our best. What can I say? It's been fun. A few hair-pulling moments at times, but fun.
Yeah.
And that's why we do it, because it's fun and it's creative. It's exactly that. But right. Anyway, we could talk all night. Don't go anywhere. Has anyone got anything else to add at this point? Because I'm going to do the wrap up. I'll say this: it's the same as previous weeks, but I thought of a way that we can be all on screen, so I'll do that next week. All right. But this is going to be the awkward, you guys laughing in the background whilst I do it. Anything else to add?
No, that's
No, you all good? You all had fun?
Yep. Absolutely.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yay!
Next week, 7:30 British Standard Time, or British Summer Time even.
For the farmers.
Yeah. On 10th of April, we've got the game Overstocked, which is next week's game.
Overstocked.
Cool. Overstocked.
Do you know anything about this game, Chris?
It's a short card game. Due to go to Kickstarter soon. Should take about 20 minutes per game. It's
Cool.
2 to 6 players.
Cool.
Brilliant, thanks for that. Well, if you've tuned in or you watch this retrospectively and want to join us next week, you can. Sort of the same time every Saturday. So, right, without further ado, everyone say goodbye, and then I'll do the sign off in a really awkward way. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Right, that was cue. Bye. Right, anyway. I'm going to do this a lot better next time. Now they're just going to laugh at me, so I've put them on mute. You can't hear them, but I can hear them in my head. Cheers. Now they're heckling me. Thank you so much. If you tuned in or if you do watch this Retro Switch video, it's much appreciated. If you've got your own game that you would like to come and bring on and be part of Playtest Broadcast, then do speak to Chris or myself. Approach us and get involved. I've got to mention this is a patron-funded channel, so it wouldn't mean anything without the people who fund it. If you do get the opportunity or feel inclined, do check it out, www.patreon.com/InGameUK. There's some great rewards and perks for getting involved, lots of shout-outs and additional content and rewards, physical and other bits. So do check it out. And until next week, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.